the legislative bodies have identified us, and we're kind of proud of that. And an example would be, I don't know if anybody in the room is familiar with the cannabis laws in Texas. And what I'm specifically speaking about is research in medicine in the cannabinoidal world, which has been record-breaking science, groundbreaking stuff. Regenerative therapies, and the number one anti-inflammatory on the planet that's natural with no side effect is CBD. The governor said, don't bring me any bills. This is before this last session. Don't bring me any cannabis bills. I don't want to see them. So BIZPAC got busy, and we went and got a supermajority in the House and in the Senate and overrode it. That's what this scoreboard is. I was there when they voted, and there were so many green lights we couldn't believe it. But that story I was telling earlier about we're making plays in the dirt, you do a down and out, you do a button hook, that's exactly what we did, and we got all those green lights. And so because we had a supermajority in the House and Senate, the governor couldn't even veto it. And we got the medical cannabis expansion for research, and a doctor can give you whatever you need to get you off of opioids, for example. You can get that now. There's only a small program they go through. So I'm just letting you know what can get done. And just in time for Dr. Elias Jackson. Oh, yeah. You're up. I was announcing you.
Oh my God.
I just gave him the preamble. I just bragged on you. Okay. All right. So let me get back over here to this right here. Dr. Jackson has pulled together a dog and pony show. A briefing down at the Texas Medical Center. If you don't know, Dr. Jackson and his team at Vyripharm are the inventors and patent holders of 60 or more patents. Everything from rebuilding damaged DNA tissue with cannabinoidals and organ regeneration with cannabinoidals. Dr. Jackson is the guy. I met Dr. Jackson when we founded BIZPAC 4 or more years ago, and I was like, I've met a best friend for life. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met. I hope he'll still be talking to me after this, because I didn't know if he would. But we've worked together down at the Capitol. We've strategized back and forth and tag teamed different legislators. On the 31st of August, he's holding a briefing, and BIZPAC's joining in on this, announcing some of these breakthrough therapies that are FDA approved. They are future now style medicines and therapies. This list of politicians that I don't know if you can read all of them, but the state reps, Lacey Hull, Valoree Swanson, Steve Toth, Dennis Paul from the clinic here, Dr. Tom Oliverson's staff member told me yesterday that he was committed. State senators, Middleton, we might as well call him a senator. He's running unopposed, and he beat all opponents in the primary. But he'll be a senator this session, and we're excited to work with him, mainly because he voted on our bills. But and Senator Creighton he had scheduled a meeting. He's getting out of it to come to it, and Dr. Donna Campbell. I didn't hear that one. Did you?
Yeah, she called me today.
Good. She's in. Fantastic. Dr. Donna Campbell is kind of who they all looked at in the Senate for anything to do with cannabinoidal therapies, because she is an emergency room doctor, right? And she's got tenure. I think she's in her third session. Yeah, so she's well respected. To get her to come to this event is just it's amazing. So you may have heard me excited a few weeks ago when we were talking to Senator Cruz, and he was going to come down as our keynote to announce this down in the medical center. He got trapped in DC, and he can't get out on the 31st to do this. And he did offer another date up that maybe we can do something with later. But immediately, U.S. Congressman and U.S. service veteran Dan Crenshaw, who is a big user of medications and doesn't want to be, and he wants to see these therapies move forward, especially for veterans, because if you know anything about him, he's had a lot of damage, missing an eye, piece of his body was shot up pretty bad, And so he got excited. He wants to come down. He asked if he could. He's going to be our keynote. We're thrilled and honored to have him. But Dr. Jackson, is there anything you'd like to tell the folks about it and encourage them to be there on the 31st? Tell them what time and the whole deal.
So, hello everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. I got hung up at the medical center. But I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here today. BIZPAC is a wonderful organization focused on really building the economic value here in this area in Harris County in the state of Texas. So the Texas Medical Center Innovation Institute is where Vyripharm is located. And in that institute, it was a $2.5 billion facility in conjunction with Johnson & Johnson, as well as Baylor and also TMC. And Vyripharm, we hold 60 different patents for precision medicine. And the one thing we were focused on when we began this journey is actually how do we incorporate this emerging cannabis market to, number one, be safe for Texans, for the public health and public safety. Two, to be safe for our veterans. And three, how do we make it to where it actually builds the economic value for the farmers and other participants, business owners here in Texas. Currently, Senator Booker, Wyden, and Schumer has introduced a cannabis administration and opportunity act. Due to an internal straw poll on the GOP side, it does have votes in the Senate to pass later on this fall. So our goal here in Texas is to make sure that we don't turn into a quasi-drug state, to whereas the citizens of Texas are safe, they have confidence in the program, the farmers, the producers, the other business owners can now enter into a program that is regulated by the state of Texas with full incorporation of law enforcement. And those are one of the patents that we have, and also that true precision medicine can be developed from these drugs. So on the 31st at 12 noon, we're going to be having a reception with these members of the Texas legislature, and I invite you to come out. We're going to have a tour with some of our partners, ABB, Artificial Intelligence and Robotics. You get a chance to actually see this at work, and you get a chance to meet some of the representatives and senators here in the state of Texas that's working for you. But again, my name is Dr. Elias Jackson. So sorry I'm late. I usually try. My dad always told me, he was born and raised in Gidding, Texas, and he always told me never be late, always be on time. So I have to tell him that I was a little late today, but I appreciate you guys coming out, and I invite each and every one of you out to the Texas Medical Center on 31st to take a tour, to meet some of the senators and representatives here in the state, and to get more close to Vyripharm and BIZPAC. So
what time does it start on the 31st?
12 noon.
12 noon.
12 noon.
Yes, it'll be on the BIZPAC website. I think it's already up there on the events page, but the time is wrong because we've adjusted for Congressman Crenshaw. If you have never been to the Texas Medical Center Innovation Lab, they took the old Nabisco building, they put, I don't know, $100 million in it.
2.5 billion.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, and they redeveloped it completely, and you'll see everything in there from implant and prosthetic and artificial hearts and organs being created in these labs there. And they look a lot like a workshop, a gigantic Hollywood set workshop. That's kind of what it reminds me of if you've ever been out there. And then you move on through there, through telemedicine, and you see the robotics. The robotics they're actually showing off their robotic systems that they use for pharma, right there, and for biotech, in the front window of the hallway. So you can see it happening, and it's real time. And they've even got wet labs back there. I don't think they let you get near that, but you can kind of see it going on over there. But there's a giant space there that's wonderful, entertaining. We've got a stage, 20-something foot big screen. We can have our briefing in there. We expect well over 100 people, doctors, PhDs, researchers, biotech company executives, administrators from all of the Texas Medical Center Hospital Systems. The networking is going to be phenomenal. You need to be there. As a BIZPAC member, you're invited. So please take advantage of that and bring a friend. Like I always try to tell you guys, bring a friend. You know, always bring a friend, because the bigger we are, the stronger we are, the more effective we are, the better it is for all of us. And the sooner we clean up this mess, right? I feel like I'm talking to the people of Gotham City right now, right? Thank you. Oh, do you have a question for Dr. Jackson?
Well, isn't Dr. Billy Cohn head of that whole thing?
Right.
He's
So-
a holder of something like 150
Yes,
patents,
yes.
well known, and is a great trombone player.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dr. Billy Cohn, he is the head of the medical device laboratory that's a part of the Innovation Institute, and you're absolutely right. He owns well over 100 patents, and a lot of those artificial hearts, artificial vessels and apparatuses are on display. He's also a professional drummer, so he has his drum set in the
Drummer, whatever it is.
So
He
yes,
has a
absolutely.
beautiful McLaren.
Yes, and he has the
If you're into supercars, he does have a fantastic McLaren. I'm so glad Dr. Jackson could make it. I'm surprised he got away. Thank you.